Breaking: Doug Christie has just filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against his own wife Jackie Christie and former NBA superstar Chris Webber, after a DNA test revealed the unthinkable Chris Webber is the real father of Jackie's oldest child. Yes, you heard that right. Doug Christie, the man who gave up his career, his pride, his freedom, and half his damn masculinity to parade Jackie around like a queen, has just found out he's been living a lie for over 2 decades. And now, he's out for blood, and every last cent. The same Jackie who wrote books about loyalty, who dragged other women on national TV for allegedly looking at her man sideways, was out here playing DNA dodgeball with a whole NBA legend. And Chris Webber, the man who was just a friend. Oh baby, he was a little more than friendly behind the scenes. This is betrayal on a biblical level. The trust is gone. The court papers are public. And the streets, they're talking. How long has Jackie been hiding this? Did Chris Webber sign off on a secret paternity deal? So let's back this whole train wreck up to where it really began, because this ain't just a random paternity test gone wrong. Oh no, this has been brewing behind closed doors for decades, and Doug Christie just happened to be the last one to catch up with the truth. Now, for those of y'all who forgot, Jackie Christie is not new to the mess, she's true to it. Reality TV's queen of control, the self-proclaimed ride or die, the one who made Doug check in every hour on the hour like he was on probation just for being her husband. We've seen her micromanage their marriage like she was running a Fortune 500 company. This woman made Doug walk 10 feet behind her at all times. And don't even think about hugging another woman, not even your mother. But what happens when the queen of control loses control of the truth? Because Doug, the ever-obedient basketball-playing puppy, has finally gotten his backbone back. And the first thing he did after regrowing it, he walked into a private lab in Sacramento and got a DNA test on his oldest child. Now pause. Why would a man who's been married since the late 90s suddenly decide to test the paternity of a grown-ass child? Let's just say, some anonymous DMs, a mysterious voicemail, and a suspicious old photo started circulating last month. And, baby, once Doug saw that side-by-side of his daughter next to Chris Webber's high school yearbook picture, he booked that DNA kit faster than Jackie could say basketball wives reunion. And here's where it gets disgusting. According to our very reliable cousin's neighbor who used to work at the clinic when the test came back, Doug sat there in shock. 99.9999% match with Chris Webber. Not a maybe, not a close call. It was dead on. The kind of result Maury would have screamed over. Chris Webber, not Doug Christie, the real father of Jackie's firstborn. And what's worse, Jackie knew, because buried deep in old court records from 2002, we found sealed documents where Chris Webber allegedly agreed to pay out monthly educational support to a private party around the exact same time Jackie was launching her tell-all book and writing Doug's coattails into the world of holy matrimony. Now let's just stop and take that in for a second. While Doug was out here putting his career second to Jackie's dream, following her from city to city, humbling himself on reality TV, Jackie was hiding a secret paternity check. And it wasn't from just anybody. It was from Chris Webber, her ex, her best friend, the man she always swore was just part of the crew. Let's not forget, Chris Webber and Doug used to play in the same era. They weren't strangers. They weren't distant. They were NBA adjacent, which means this whole time, Jackie had her baby daddy and her husband running in the same circles, probably even shaking hands at charity games, while she kept that DNA truth locked up tighter than her wedding ring collection. So, what happens now that the cat's out the bag? Oh, Doug's not crying. Doug's not begging. Doug's got a lawyer. He just filed suit in California Superior Court citing emotional distress, financial exploitation, intentional misrepresentation, and paternity fraud. Yes, baby. He's suing Jackie and Chris because, get this, According to court insiders, Doug claims he spent over $3.7 million in child-related expenses over the years, thinking he was doing what a father's supposed to do. Tuition, housing, medical, even braces. And now he wants it all back, with interest, and guess what Jackie said in response? Crickets. Total silence. Not a tweet, not a post, not even a Notes app apology, just that cold, silent judgment stare. We've all seen when she didn't like someone's outfit on Basketball Wives, but that's not even the half of it because the real drama started when this story leaked online. And baby, the internet did not come to play, and just when you thought the tea couldn't get any hotter, boom. The leaked lab results dropped like a gospel choir's final high note. An anonymous nurse at the Sierra Hope Genetics Lab, which, by the way, just so happens to be the same lab used in that shady paternity case involving a certain Atlanta pastor, leaked the sealed DNA test ordered privately by Jackie herself. And honey, it wasn't just positive, it was positively damning. A whopping 99.98% match to Chris Webber. Not Doug, not a fluke, not a lab mix-up. Webber. Now, here's where things turn from scandalous to soap opera on steroids. Doug Christie, former NBA role model, loyal husband, and public ride or die for Jackie, was reportedly in the middle of a photo shoot for their upcoming Christie Legacy documentary when he got the call. Sources say Doug threw his mic pack into a $12,000 antique vase, stormed off set, and went dead silent on Jackie for 3 days. 3 days. Y'all know Doug doesn't do silence. This man once FaceTimed Jackie during halftime of a game just to say, "I miss you." So when Mr. Devotion himself went ghost, everybody knew something wasn't just wrong, it was hellfire-level betrayal. And the streets? Oh baby, the streets were screaming. Social media exploded. Jackie got dunked by both men. One tweet read, racking up 2.3 million views in 4 hours. Another post showed a split screen of Chris Webber and Doug with the caption, "NBA's real triangle offense." A shady TikTok account posted a deepfake of Doug Christie reacting to the DNA results with Drake's trust issues playing in the background, and it hit 6.7 million views overnight. But guess who didn't laugh? Doug. Baby boy was livid. Behind closed doors, Doug was apparently already working with legal counsel. TMZ allegedly caught him walking into the office of none other than celebrity attorney Mark Geragos, wearing dark shades and a hoodie like he just saw his whole retirement plan crumble. The lawsuit? Oh, it's not just about betrayal. No, sir. Doug Christie is suing Jackie and Chris Webber for emotional distress, fraud, and intentional infliction of psychological harm. But wait, it gets better. Doug's lawsuit claims Jackie manipulated medical documents, allegedly forged consent forms, and get this, pressured a private surrogate to remain quiet about the actual paternity timeline of their youngest daughter. Oh yes, the miracle baby they paraded around as proof of their spiritual bond. Turns out Jackie was allegedly already pregnant before she even told Doug about trying. I mean, y'all, this ain't love and hip-hop, it's love and hypocrisy. Meanwhile, Chris Webber, silent. Not a single statement, not a single denial. His reps have declined to comment, but insiders say Chris has already hired private security, taken down personal photos from social media, and canceled all public appearances for the month. But one blurry paparazzi shot caught him exiting a baby boutique in Beverly Hills with what looked suspiciously like a DNA test kit in his hand. Chris Webber out here doing his own tests like Maury going into overtime. But the real gag? Jackie herself. Miss I control the narrative. Christie did what she always does, took to Instagram Live in full glam and gave what fans are calling her Oscar-winning gaslight monologue. "I'm being attacked for being a mother, a wife, and a woman who loves hard," she said, while fake crying with lashes longer than the lie she just told. Doug and I have shared a spiritual journey, but some people want to destroy a queen because they can't handle the crown. Girl, What crown? The one you allegedly bought with Doug's credit card and were to meet Weber in that Vegas hotel in 2011. Yes, sis. Don't act like that trip wasn't in the leaked group chat screenshots. Remember that mysterious book convention Jackie attended alone during NBA All-Star Weekend? Yeah, turns out Chris Webber was in the same hotel, and one staff member anonymously claimed Jackie had requested rose petals and a silk robe to be delivered to room 721 Chris's suite. Phew, you can't make this stuff up. Or wait, we can. But we don't have to, because Jackie's receipts make fiction irrelevant. Now the Christie kids are in the crossfire. Portia Christie, Jackie's daughter, reportedly unfollowed both parents and posted a cryptic IG story that simply said, "I tried to tell y'all. Nobody listened, baby. That wasn't shade, that was a thunderstorm." And insiders say Doug's side of the family is already filing paperwork for a formal paternity audit on all 3 kids. Imagine getting blindsided by a DNA test on national TV and then turning around and questioning all your children's lineage. That's not just messy, it's a biblical flood of deceit. And while Doug may be hurt, betrayed, and publicly humiliated, he's also strategizing. Insiders say he's working on his own docuseries tentatively titled The Dunk That Broke Us, detailing his life with Jackie, the manipulation, the betrayal, and the mental toll of being forced to play husband while being unknowingly benched. But here's the kicker. Jackie allegedly signed a prenuptial clause stating that in the event of infidelity or deception involving emotional or sexual entanglements with another public figure, she forfeits 75% of all marital assets. And who put that clause in there? You guessed it. Jackie, baby. She trapped herself in her own contract like a Netflix villain in season 2, and this ain't even the end, because what's coming next? Oh honey, it's not just paternity fallout, it's about to be financial warfare, media manipulation, and an all-out legal bloodbath with Chris Webber right in the middle. And Doug? He's not holding back anymore. To be continued. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier than Jackie getting exposed for finessing her own husband, baby, the fallout came in like a wrecking ball through the stained glass windows of their fake gospel life. Doug Christie's legal team wasn't playing games. We're talking a 172-page lawsuit dropped like a nuke on Jackie and Chris Webber, filed under intentional infliction of emotional distress, fraudulent concealment, and yes, paternity sabotage, not to mention the clause that labeled Doug as a financial prisoner of a 20-year-old lie. Phew, somebody get Judge Judy on speed dial, because the script is writing itself at this point. Allegedly, Doug's attorneys claim Jackie knowingly kept Chris Webber's paternity a secret despite having received 2 letters from a private lab in 2004 confirming DNA anomalies in their daughter Portia's results. And what did Jackie do with that info? She allegedly burned the evidence, rewrote the birth certificate, and told Portia God makes no mistakes. Girl, what in the daytime soap opera is happening in this house of worship? Chris Webber, meanwhile, is caught like a deer in the headlights. At first, he went ghost. Not a tweet, not a peep. But then came the panic press release from his PR team, calling the whole scandal a coordinated smear campaign by opportunistic parties with a vendetta. Oh, so now Doug Christie has a vendetta? Child, the only vendetta is the decades of lies that you dunked into the Christie family like a game-winning buzzer beater. And Portia, bless her heart, she went on Instagram live in full glam, tears in her lashes, saying, "I didn't ask to be born into a lie. I didn't ask to be used as a pawn in somebody else's agenda." Her voice cracked mid-sentence, but she kept going because, unlike her mama, she's ready to tell the truth. Portia even revealed that during her teenage years, she noticed strange visits from Chris Webber around holidays. He never stayed long, always parked 2 blocks down, but every time he saw her, he cried. You tell me what that sounds like. Meanwhile, Jackie was reportedly admitted for a stress-induced fainting spell at a luxury Beverly Hills wellness clinic. But the streets are saying she's hiding out not from Doug, not from Kris but from the IRS. Yup. Turns out Doug's legal team opened more than one can of worms, and now federal investigators are sniffing around their faith-based production company. Allegedly, $2.7 million in COVID relief funds were redirected into offshore trusts in Jackie's name. So it wasn't just Chris Webber's DNA she was laundering, it was the whole ministry money too. And let's not forget the gospel community's reaction. Bishop T.D. Jakes allegedly refused to comment, but his team quietly removed Jackie's name from the next Women's Empowerment Summit. And Fantasia? She unfollowed Jackie and Doug in the same breath. Mary, silent. Yolanda Adams deleted the selfie she took with Jackie at last year's Stellar Awards. You know the church girls are done with you when they start quietly erasing the receipts, but the real kicker came when Porsha filed her own countersuit against both her parents, citing psychological damage, identity trauma, and financial misrepresentation. She's now demanding full control over her own story, including a book deal, a Netflix docuseries, and exclusive rights to her DNA saga. And y'all thought the Kardashian blueprint was dead? Nah, it just got baptized in scandal. And in case you thought Doug was gonna walk away quietly, absolutely not. The final straw came when he held a live press conference surrounded by family lawyers, spiritual advisors, and yes, a certified paternity expert. He looked directly into the camera and said, "I was made to believe I was a father when I was just a wallet. I devoted my life to a woman who edited God out of the equation and replaced him with fraud." Boom. Drop the mic, Doug. We never thought we'd be rooting for you, but here we are. The reporters went wild. Flashbulbs, screams, and somewhere, probably on her third lavender martini, Jackie Christie allegedly texted Chris Webber, "We might have gone too far, might have. Jackie, this ain't no toe dip." Y'all cannonballed into deception and tried to convince the world it was holy water. As of now, Chris Webber is being investigated for willful paternity evasion, and Porsha has officially cut off all communication with Jackie. Meanwhile, Doug Christie is moving forward with divorce proceedings, demanding full asset disclosure, repayment of all funds used to raise a child that wasn't his, and public moral vindication. Oh, and he's writing a book. Tentative title? Fathered by Lies. My Life with Jackie Christie. Let that sink in. This scandal isn't just breaking the internet, it's breaking families, foundations, and the facade of Black Hollywood's most spiritual couple. Jackie wanted legacy, image, and empire, but she might end up with nothing but court fees and reruns of her own downfall. And the fans? They're calling for OWN, Lifetime, and Tubi to start the bidding war on this mess because let's be real, ain't no writer in Hollywood that could have penned a plot twist like this. And there you have it, a family saga so twisted, even Jerry Springer would have said, "Cut the cameras." But now it's your turn. Was Jackie really that calculated? Did Chris Webber play house knowing the baby might be his? Or is Doug just spiraling into chaos? Drop your theories below, hit that like button if your jaw hit the floor, and subscribe for more scandals so juicy, even DNA can't clean it up.